Hey you guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back. So today's video is going to be my January favorites, and I'm so excited because I feel like I was good this month. I didn't buy that much makeup. I think I told you guys was it my last video? I don't remember what video it was, but I told you guys how I was going to suck it up and I was going to return that Hourglass concealer. But when I tell you, I walked into that Sephora, I was on a mission. I looked right at the cashier. I didn't look right, I didn't look left. I'm like, just go to the cashier, just get right in line. And I did. I was so proud of myself. So I really didn't buy that much new, but yeah, besides the Tati Beauty and the Tati Blendiful, I think I did pretty good this month. So yeah, lots of things to talk about, so we'll just go ahead and get started. All right, so first up, let's talk about my favorites for the month. We'll leave the fails for the end. But I want to talk about some shampoo. Brigeo. I don't know what took me so long to jump on the bandwagon with Brigeo. I think it was just one of those hyped up, well, what I thought was going to be a hyped up brand. You know, there's so many influencers that are affiliated with them. I'm like, is it really that good? I'm not one that spends that much on hair care, but I have to tell you what, this is a shampoo and conditioner that I know I will never live without. I love this stuff. This is the Brigeo Be Gentle, Be Kind Banana and Coconut Nourishing Superfood Shampoo and Conditioner. During the month of December, they had a sale where their Christmas sets were half off. I had a Sephora gift card and I used it right after Christmas, so I got myself 2 sets. I wanted to give the whole line of Brigeo a try, and I have to tell you, these were 2 of my favorites from the line. I did try out the Brigeo, which one is this? The Kale and Apple. This was nice, but not as smoothing and conditioning and, just like the name says, nourishing. This just makes your hair so soft and silky. I'm just amazed by the results every time after I use it. This actually makes me want to get in the shower. Are you one of those people in the winter that you want to avoid the shower as much as possible? I hate to even admit that out loud, but I don't know, I just hate that feeling getting out of a hot, nice, cozy shower and you're just freezing cold. But anyway, that's besides the point. This really does make me want to wash my hair, and I love this stuff so much. The set had the travel size, but like I said, I'm definitely picking up the full size. I do hate the packaging on these. It's just so bad. They have a really wide mouth, so you really have to kind of control the amount of shampoo you're pouring out. Sometimes I just pour out way too much, so that's kind of annoying. But besides that, the product is so good. I'm just so excited about this. The smell is amazing. It smells like a tropical paradise. I just love it. I love the silkiness it gives my hair. I'm just obsessed. My new favorite. All right, and then let's talk about this cleanser by The Ordinary. This is the Squalene Cleanser. This is now up there with one of my favorites from The Ordinary. I got this a few months ago and I feel like I didn't give it a chance. I think because my skin wasn't as dry as it is now. Maybe, you know what, I think I was initially disappointed because it didn't really remove makeup like I would hope, and it doesn't. I only really use this on my light makeup days, but I'm loving this now, being that it's winter time and my skin is so dry and parched. This just feels so good. It just feels like a rich luxurious cream going onto the skin, and it rinses off so cleanly but still leaves almost like this moisturizing, I don't want to say a film, but just, I don't know, silky goodness on your skin. Your skin just feels great after washing this off. Like I said, this does not do a good job with removing makeup, but if you have super dry skin, if you want a nice gentle moisturizing cleanse, this is just awesome, and you cannot beat the price. You will fly through this. There's not much in here, but I don't know, I think this is like $7. It's just a great price, so love this guy. Okay, and then next up, this concealer. This is a gem. My new favorite, my holy grail concealer. I will not be able to live without this. I did that whole concealer testing video and this came out as a winner. But this is one of the newer concealers that I tested, and instant love for this. So it has a really thick emollient formula and it just melts into your skin so nicely. It really just smooths everything out. It leaves a nice like dewiness to the under eyes. I'm wearing it today. Instant brightening. It masks those dark circles so well, and the best part about this for me is that it fills in your creases. I mean, any concealer is going to settle and crease, but there's something about this. I think it's the thickness of it. It almost has a thick balmy texture that smooths out the under eye. It's so flattering. It's one of those concealers that you're not, at least for me, I feel like anytime I wear a heavy concealer, I'm almost more self-conscious during the day because I'm worried, oh my gosh, is it breaking up? Is it accentuating my lines even more? But this concealer is so flattering and it just gives a youthfulness to underneath the eyes. Now, if you don't like a dewy concealer, I do not think you would like this because this maintains that shine, which I actually like. I like a concealer that I'm able to work with throughout the day. I don't want a concealer that instantly sets. because it does, you know, sometimes it sets instantly and it settles into lines and you just want to be able to, you want to have time to pat it out. This just works with your skin throughout the day. It's almost like, what's that Shiseido foundation that everybody's talking about, that like skin, I forgot what it's even called, but this reminds me of that kind of idea in a concealer. It just works with your skin throughout the day. It's amazing. I love it. New favorite for sure. I do have a fail concealer to talk about. Should we talk about it now? We'll save that for the end. But yeah, this is a winner for me. I've been loving this, especially that my skin is extra dry these days. It really keeps my under eye hydrated. Love it. All right, now let's talk about this Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. Oh, this shade in Secret Salma. Oh my gosh. I feel like everybody used to talk about this and it kind of went under the radar recently. I never picked this up because it almost looks too bold in the tube, but it is such a pretty, like, wearable pink. It makes a statement. Not even a pink, it's a berry. It's a nice, like, pretty, almost that raspberry berry. So flattering. I wore this, I'll link it down below in my empties video, and a lot of you said you loved it. And it really is such a flattering berry shade. I love it so much. The formula is awesome. This is their, is it their kissing formula? Or no, I think this is the Hot Lips formula. It has almost, it's not matte, but it just becomes one with your lips and it stays put. It transfers slightly, but there's just something about this formula. I love it. It just melts into the lips. This is that berry shade that I feel like I've been looking for. Something that I could wear in the winter around the holidays, but it could also transition to the spring, summer. It's just such an all-around nice flattering shade. Now, I just wanted to address a comment that was on my Instagram page recently. One of you guys actually commented on the picture of this lipstick asking me about the status of Charlotte Tilbury still being cruelty-free. I got really nervous when I saw this comment. I'm like sweating bullets, like, oh my god, please don't say it's true. Like, what happened? What's going on? Well, here, looking into this further, it looks like Charlotte Tilbury was actually in a store, not Charlotte Tilbury herself, but her products were in a store in mainland China called Little B, and there were testers on the shelves. No actual products, but just testers. It looks like these testers were to encourage, you know, shoppers from purchasing her products online, and the brand didn't realize that these products were subject to animal testing at any time, even though they were still just testers. Now, as soon as the brand realized this, the products were pulled from the shelves and it wasn't an issue. The brand never released a statement. I know both Ethical Elephant and Logical Harmony still have Charlotte Tilbury on their cruelty-free list. Tashina actually DM'd me and she let me know that Charlotte Tilbury did reach out to her. The brand let her know that yes, while these testers were in stores, we did not realize that they were subject to animal testing. Everything was pulled immediately. So I don't know, to me it seems pretty innocent, and for Logical Harmony to not pull them from their list, I don't know, that seals the deal for me, because I know with the whole Wet n Wild thing, they were pulled from their cruelty-free list, and this just feels a lot different to me than that situation. So yeah, for my standards, they're still considered cruelty-free. I will continue to support them, but I totally get it why people are kind of like PO'd about the whole thing, and I do feel like there should have been a statement released, but I get it. I'm sure Charlotte Tilbury, as the brand, they just did not want to they didn't want to highlight the situation and bring any attention to it. So I get it, but yeah, I just wanted to put that information out for you guys. All right, then next up, let's talk about this Verse moisturizer. I talked about how I purchased this myself back in late November, early December, and I just fell in love with this. Just like the name says, like a skin soak. Like, it's the perfect name for it because you just feel the moisture being just pushed into your skin. It's just great for that like dry winter skin. I love it so much. I love it as a daytime moisturizer because it really has that nice lightweight feel, but it's still rich at the same time. It's that perfect balance, not too super occlusive, which is why I like it during the day. There's squalene in here, also the red algae extract, which great moisturizers, great things for plumping out the skin. Verse has been so kind to me. They sent me out some more products, and they also offered to host a giveaway for you guys on my Instagram handle, which is so sweet. If you guys want to enter that giveaway, just follow my Instagram page and just follow Verse on Instagram, and they're giving away, I think it's like 8 products total from them. They're just an awesome brand. I love them so much. So many good like gems in their collection, and I can't wait to see what they do next. Just a favorite. I feel like this line is what we've been missing from the drugstore. It's been so hard to find a good cruelty-free skincare line that doesn't have fragrance, that has just the good actives, and I just love them so much. So I just wanted to give some love to this moisturizer again. And then next up, I also wanted to just mention this Bare Minerals bronzer. Oh my gosh, I bought this maybe in late spring last year, and I've been using this every single day, both as an all over bronzer and also as a contour. It's the perfect cool toned bronzer, but it has just enough, it does have a little bit of warmth to it to add just some life to the skin, and it makes your skin look sun-kissed without being too much, without being too red. It blends in so nicely, it never looks muddy, and see how it just looks so nice as an all over color as well. It just makes my makeup routine just quick and easy. It's kind of a rediscovered favorite, because not even rediscovered, because I use this all the time. I just feel like I haven't mentioned it a lot recently, so wanted to give some love to that. That's definitely been a favorite. And then this stuff has been so good, the First Aid Beauty Pharma Oat and Hemp Multi-Fix Salve. This is great if you have super dry skin or any flaky areas. It's just a savior. It gives this occlusive emollient layer to the skin. It's perfect for, so I've been actually using this a lot as an eye cream, believe it or not, at night. It's just, it seals and everything so perfectly, and you wake up, your skin doesn't feel greasy, but there's something there where you feel like, you know, you didn't have a ton of water loss throughout the night through your skin. It holds in moisture. It's great. It's an interesting, so it's a very thick balm. It's very interesting. It doesn't really smooth into the skin really nicely. You really have to work with it, but once it warms up into your skin, it does, you know, kind of blend in, like not blend in, but sink in nicely. Just a cool product. I don't have anything like it, and I love that you can wear it on your face and actually use it on your hands as well. I also really like it as a cuticle hydrator. It's really great. And then, okay, let's talk about the Tati Beauty Blendiful. So the gist, I've been loving the Blendiful. It is a new favorite for powder. For foundation, not loving it so much. The thing about it with foundation, when these fibers get kind of matted down, your foundation gets a little streaky, so you do end up, you kind of have to smooth it in, and then you have to stipple it in. But with a sponge, you get that instant airbrush look. I don't know, just that extra effort it takes to push the foundation into your skin, not really a big fan of. But for on the go and for powder, this is amazing. And this kind of gets into my next favorite from Bite Beauty, but I love this as a powder foundation sponge. This came with, it's a separate sponge. If I could use this powder and if I don't have the Blendiful around, I wouldn't even use this. I'm like, I need the Blendiful for this powder now. It allows for such a smooth powder application. It's the best thing ever. Now, would I pay $18 for a powder sponge? Maybe not, but I am excited to use this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I paid $18 because I expected it to be great for foundation, for contour, for this and that, for everything that Tati, you know, talks about. But I'm pleasantly surprised at the way this applies powder. Everything just goes on so smooth. So here, I'll apply this on screen now. Let me scooch in a little closer. I just swirl this in the powder and then stipple it on. And do you see how, first of all, like I said, I'll get to the powder in a second. It like gives extra coverage with the powder because you're actually packing it on, but it makes your powder so smooth. And I like that you can fold it over to fold it around your nose and to where you contoured. So yeah, I'm really loving this for powder, but I have to tell you, for foundation, maybe not so much. But I am glad that I have it in my collection. Super excited about it. And now the whole cleaning part. So I will say, I did not have the patience for this, to clean this underneath running water. I was using the Beauty Blender soap, and it was not coming clean. And I spent a good 5 minutes underneath the running water trying to clean this off. It was not coming clean, so I never did buy that laundry bag that they suggest. I don't know, I just felt like to put out that extra money just didn't seem worth it. But I ran these with my bib, not my bibs, but my baby's bibs, and with the rags in the house, because I'm like, okay, if foundation gets everywhere, I don't care if it gets on the bibs and these cleaning rags. And they did wash off pretty clean. There was still a little bit left over on the actual larger sponge. I wouldn't suggest you throw these in loose with your regular laundry. You don't want a Rachel from Friends situation with her red sock. Do you guys remember that episode? Was it, she was on a date with Ross, I think, and they were in a laundromat, but she finds a red sock in the mix with all her laundry. Everything is pink. I'm just picturing that with regular laundry, and you're gonna have foundation stained clothing. We do not need that. So I feel like that's the only bummer. Like, you have to buy an extra laundry bag with the sponge, but if you're gonna run rags every so often, just throw it in with your rags and they come out totally fine. So yeah, I really enjoy it with powder and probably even powder foundation. I'm not really a powder foundation wearer, but with finishing powder, I think it applies it so nicely. I really miss this Blendiful if it's not nearby. If I go to reach for a powder and if I just have that, like, you know, the crummy little sponge in here, I'm like, oh, I need my Blendiful. So it is great with powder. Foundation, not so much for me. It didn't really impress me. I just felt like it took too much effort with foundation, but powder, it just applies it so beautifully. Now getting to this powder, this is a monthly favorite, a brand new favorite for me. I'm so excited about this. Like I said in my foundation review, the last time I really got excited about a powder was the Hourglass powders, but they're great finishing powders, but they don't add extra coverage. The Bite powder actually adds extra coverage, and with the foundation, you're only going to get medium coverage from that. This adds a little bit more coverage, and it just sets foundation so beautifully. You do not need the Bite foundation for this powder. This works with any foundation. As a matter of fact, I was going to include, I didn't want to say this is a fail because it's not a complete fail. It works, it's nice, but I don't think it's worth the money. It's just a good medium coverage foundation. But yeah, I didn't give it the most glowing review in my foundation video, which, looking back on that video, man, I feel like I was in a mood. I was a little sassy in that video. I'm in the middle of watching Handmaid's Tale. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's intense and it will put you in a mood. So I feel like it was a little moody in that video. But anyway, yeah, I didn't give this foundation the best review, which I still stand by that review. It just does not perform like a high-end foundation to me. Like, I feel like there's so many other, even drugstore foundations that perform so much better than this. But I did come out of that loving this powder, my new favorite. And while we're on the subject of Bite Beauty, let's talk about, oh my gosh, their new lipsticks. So Bite Beauty was so kind and they sent me out, actually they sent me out the foundation, the powder, and also these new lipsticks. I'm such a sucker for Bite Beauty's lipsticks, which I think is why I had such high hopes for the foundation. I love their lipstick formula, so I'm like, oh my gosh, it has to be amazing. But their new matte lip crowns have been reformulated, and they have just the most gorgeous silky formula to them. They're still matte, but somehow so creamy and smooth at the same time. They're literally like a lip treatment in a lipstick. I'm so excited about these. So a huge range of shades, but of course I went right for the nude pink in here. But I've been loving this color so much. It's that perfect wearable pink. If you tried Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk lipstick and could not get along with it, I feel like there was so much like talk around that lipstick, and there still is, and it's a pretty color. I just can't make it work. I feel like it's a little bit too mauve for me. It's a little too like purpley. It's too purple tone for me. I wish it just had a little bit more pink to it. Well, I feel like the shade Sugarcane is the answer to that. It's a perfect nude pink, just enough pink to it, a little bit of a mauve-y undertone to it, the perfect amount of coolness. I love it for every day. I'm wearing it right now, and it just adds, oh, I love it. It's just that Your Lips but better color. I think it's so flattering. I find that I reach for this even when I'm in my house because it is, like I said, a lip treatment in a lipstick. It really softens my lips, and it's so healing. I'm so excited about this formula. I haven't tried any other color yet. Let me know if you guys would be interested in a swatch video. I could swatch all these. Maybe it'll just be a quick, 5-minute swatch video, but very excited about this formula. And I have to say, I know Bite Beauty got a lot of flack from the whole foundation launch because everybody was saying that the positive reviews were from people that got it in PR, or they were paid reviews, they were sponsored reviews. Bite did not obviously pay me for that review. We all know that, but they have just been so supportive to my channel. There's so many brands out there that just don't want to hear the negative, and if there's a brand like that, I don't want PR from them. Like, I want to be able to talk openly about these products that I receive. So yeah, I really appreciate them so much. Now let's get into the fail products. I really only had a couple this month. I'm just going to talk about 2. The first product is by Drunk Elephant. This is their F-Bomb Electrolyte Waterfall. This is essentially a sleeping mask. Let's read the claims on here. A cooling, quenching overnight mask to plump and restore with an electrolyte cocktail to strengthen skin's acid mantle. So I actually received this through Influencer, and I was very excited to hear that I was going to get this because I do not think it was something. I was excited about it, but it's not something I really wanted to spend my money on, if I'm honest with you. And now, after trying it out, don't think it's something I would repurchase. It has amazing things in here. There's niacinamide, there's propanediol, which is a great emollient. Niacinamide, you're gonna get some brightening. There's squalene in here, there's jojoba oil. So many great things. A ceramide, no, oh my gosh, it's loaded with ceramides. 4 ceramides, phospholipids, so that's a fatty acid that's gonna help to restore your skin's barrier. lots of good things in here. So I was pumped to try this, but a sleeping mask, it just wasn't something I felt like was missing from my routine. And in the end, just don't think it's something I would repurchase. So the thing about this, while it's an awesome experience, you put it on and it feels really refreshing and hydrating. The next morning, my skin almost felt drier, and I think it's because it doesn't have a super like occlusivity to it. Like, it doesn't have that sealing factor. I do find that if I add an extra layer, like the Milk Makeup Moisturizer, that's really thick and occlusive. That's nice over this, but I find that I just need something to seal this in. So in the end, I don't think this is worth it. And the last fail for the month for me was this NYX Born to Glow concealer. I was so excited about this because I love the Born to Glow foundation. Such a gorgeous, radiant finish to that foundation. I just love it. It feels like weight on the skin, great coverage. You could almost build it up to full coverage. It's amazing. I love that foundation. This just creased like no other. This makes my under eyes so creepy looking. It settles into lines. It's not the most flattering. Great if you want a lightweight concealer, if you like a radiant finish, but if you have any bit of creasing, this will definitely settle into your lines. It will accentuate your lines. So yeah, not my favorite. The one good thing about it, you can pat it out throughout the day and you can get it to melt into your skin. Like, it's not one of those concealers that sets and then you're like, oh, well, I'm stuck with this until I wash this off my face. Well, that's a bummer. Like, it does work with your skin, but it just settles too much. It just took too much effort to make this look nice. So unfortunately, this was a fail for me for the month. And yeah, that is it. That is the end of my favorites and fails for the month. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was fun talking about all these products. I loved, some highlights were definitely the Tati Beauty Blendiful. I did not think I was gonna love it as much as I do with powder. Powder, it performed so well. And then the Bite Beauty powder, also the Brigeo products. Yeah, and the Verse moisturizer. Definitely check out my Instagram. Follow Verse on Instagram if you guys want to enter that giveaway. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best. Also, let me know down below if you've tried the Blendiful, if you're planning on picking it up. Really intrigued because I feel like it's a product that's very polarizing. People either are like gung-ho about it, or people are like, yeah, no, not worth the money. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you're thinking. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.